Sorry again, folks. We were experiencing technical difficulties. We're going to, again, bring back Terry Collins. Our first of four matchups again here today in the group championships, part of the NJSIAA, Linden and Shawnee. And again, Terry, as you mentioned, Linden was at one time one of the hottest teams, not only in the state, but in the nation. I believe a number 13 rank in America. And I got a chance to see that team play, and I'm assuming you did as well, when they knocked off Parkland in certainly at least 30-point fashion. They've got one of the top guards in the state in Tavon Jones.
Right, and this team also comes in heavily laden with seniors. I believe there's 10 seniors on this roster. So I'm sure they're looking to end their careers here at Linden with a W in this championship game. Also, between the two of those teams, actually, they only have experienced 7 losses between the two of them. So neither team wants to leave here today with a loss on their record.
Well, Shawnee also provides with good type of talent. And what can we expect out of Shawnee, and how can they compete with a team, with a top-tier team like Linden?
Well, Shawnee's just going to have to play the game that they've played all year. Again, they have 3 losses. They found ways to win. They played a good Camden team earlier this year. So they're no strangers to good competition. So I'm sure they're going to be at their best today.
And who is their biggest player that we need to keep an eye out for today?
Well, in a game like this, I like to say keep an eye out on all players, because a lot of times people focus on the top players, but there's always that one guy who's an unsung hero off the bench, or maybe somebody who's been a 4th option all year who will end up having a big championship game. So I think Linden's going to have to focus on not necessarily pinpointing it down to any 1 or 2 players, but a total team effort trying to stop everybody from Shawnee.
Also coming up later on today, 2 o'clock, we will have the, I believe, the Group 1 championships. That'd be the Woodbury Thundering Herd taking on Verona. Terry, you are a native of the city of Woodbury, and how excited are you today? Even though you'll be coming on as a play-by-play announcer, you'll also be coming on as a fan.
Right, and again, I'm a big fan of the team, not only for the aspect of being from Woodbury, but because I watched these kids grow up since their younger years, and I watched them gel and develop together. They worked hard to get to this point, and not only are they excited, but the whole city is excited, and I'm sure you're going to see them come out and play well today in hopes of taking home that Group 1 state title, which would be the first in school history, by the way.
It would be very exciting. That history could certainly be made here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. We will go into the nightcap session, and we'll talk about the rematch of last year's Group 2 championship, Camden and Westside. Westside coming from behind, down by 15 points to knock off the Camden Panthers. Team looking to win its first ever NJSIAA state championship in over 16 years. That will be followed, I believe, by the Group 3. That will be Teaneck and Ewing. Both these teams, well, actually, Ewing, I don't believe, has been to a state final in at least a decade. Teaneck's been back here. In fact, Teaneck is the defending Group 3 champions. Terry, what can we expect the outcome for the rest of the day?
Well, again, in that Group 3 game, or the Group 2 game, Camden High, like you said, they've been here a few times in the past years, and I think they're finally going to get over the hump today. I feel like they've had enough experience, and they got to a point where they don't want to come up short-handed again. And again, the Teaneck versus Ewing, I had an opportunity to see Ewing the other day, but I think Teaneck has been strong all year, and in my prediction, I believe Teaneck is going to find a way to win that Group 3 championship game.
And once again, as we remind everybody, congratulations go out to the non-public champions. Winning A was the Don Bosco Prep Ironmen over the St. Augustine Prep Hermits, and the Patrick School Celtics knocking off Hudson Catholic to win the non-public B division. And with those wins today, their season still rolls on, as coming up next week will be the Tournament of Champions. Who will join those teams out of these 4 groups? We'll find out again coming up at the top of the hour. For Terry Collins, I'm Jacob Schwartz here at the Rutgers Athletic Center, the RAC, here on the campus of Rutgers University. Here at the It's All About Sports Broadcast Network for the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association of the Group State Championships here at the Rutgers Athletic Center here at Rutgers University. What a night, what a day we have for you. 4 exciting group championship games, and it all starts first with the Linden Tigers, who will defend their Group 4 championship against the South Jersey's Shawnee High School. We'll be joined in a few moments by Terry Collins, who will be our co-host for the day. But first, let's talk about what we can expect out of Linden. Linden has been back at the Rutgers Athletic Center trying to repeat as New Jersey State champions, Group 4 champs. for the second consecutive year. They've won 5 Group 4 titles, and they've been in 3 out of their last 4 times. And Shawnee, for the 8th time in history, is in the Group 4 trials. They're the defending South Jersey Group 4 champions. And now we bring alongside our co-host, Terry Collins. And Terry, for you, this is sort of like a flavor, being that you're from the South Jersey area, so you know everything there is to know about South Jersey. What can we expect out of Shawnee here tonight?
Well, again, Shawnee's not going to back down because Linden's the defending champs. Shawnee's going to come in playing with a sense of experience. Like you said, they have a historic career with state titles and being in this game. But again, Linden is the #1 team coming in, and they're looking to actually win another championship as they did last year. So I think we're going to see where both teams are a little experienced, so neither team will come in too nervous, and both will be excited to be here.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to seeing very talented names like Tavon Jones, who's among the top players in the state of New Jersey in the 2018 class. St. Joe's and Seton Hall, and we're told Rutgers could very well offer him by the end of the day. Khalif Crawford's the second leading scorer at 15 a game, and Mikey Watkins at 10. The name to keep an eye out for Shawnee is Dylan Devaney with 16 points, and Dean Knoll, who's a big-time sharpshooter, comes in with 15 a game. Now, before we, finish up with our segment, we're going to take a short breather. It's time for the national anthem. Again, it's Linden and Shawnee North versus South in Group 4 play. What a nice rendition of the national anthem. And we're set to go for South and North of the Group 4 finals. This is not just a battle again, Terry, of 2 of the most respected teams in the New Jersey area, but coaching-wise, both these coaches a combined 50 years of experience. As, again, Joe Kessler with over 3 decades long, Phil Colicchio, the longtime coach, with over 2 decades again. Terry, your prediction for today's game, who do you like? Let us know.
You know what? I like riding the underdog bandwagon. So, again, Linden is a more experienced team. They're coming in as the defending champs, but I think Shawnee's going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. Like you said, they have experience, and I like Shawnee to pull out an upset here.
It would be very interesting to see. So again, Linden has an unbelievable history here at the rack. Again, 3 out of their last 4 and 5 Group 4 titles. Looking to go back-to-back once again in history. Let's look at the starting lineups for today's festivities, the first of 4 games in the group championships of NJSIAA, and who will join both Don Bosco Prep and the Patrick School, who will round out the Tournament of Champions. Again, remember, in the state of New Jersey, you don't just have a state title, you also continue on until a Tournament of Champion is crowned. Let's throw the starting lineups for Shawnee. Davon Robinson coming in averaging 10 a game. Sean Hyde, Patrick Kernan. Dean Knoll is the second leading scorer with 15 a game. Dylan Devaney is averaging 16 a game. He's a talented junior. Certainly, I spoke with head coach Joe Kessler before the start of the game. He mentioned that this is mostly an average age of 16 to 15-year-old, as Kessler is the head coach, speaking of which, in his 30th season for Linden High School. Khalif Crawford is averaging 15 a game. Joey Crepa, Kyrie Rogers, Mikey Watkins, the third leading scorer with 10 points a game. And Tavon Jones as well as Joey Crepa. Tavon Jones is averaging 16.5 a game. And Phil Colicchio, 2 decades long in his 20th season. This is a guy they say is almost the second coming of the great Robert Hurley, the Hall of Fame coach, with the history that he's had in this building, Terry. Phil Colicchio could be the guy that could take over as the most dominant coach in the state of New Jersey.
Right, and again, I think this is going to come down to a lot about coaching here. Absolutely. You know, what coach can make the extra substitution, what coach can make the extra, call as far as defensive switches and switches offensively. So you're kind of going to look for a chess match here and see which coach makes the best moves.
Well, after a violation on the first jump, we're finally underway. It'll be Shawnee basketball, and right out of the gate, Sean Hine trying to pull from 3 out of bounds to his last touch by the Shawnee Renegades versus the Linden Tigers. Tom Malpai, Cedric Smith, and Rick Pina are the officials for today's first game. Again, 12 o'clock is the Group 4 finals. The defending champion Linden Tigers taking on the Shawnee Renegades. And in the second quarter, or should say in the second action, we will have the Group 1 championship, and that will feature what should be a very good matchup. For the first time in school history, Woodbury Thundering Herd taking on, I believe, Verona. Good ball movement again. Crepa open for 3. That one no good. Rebound again secured. And it was rebounded nicely by Davon Robinson. Now again, the Renegades, both teams again trying to make the first move. And a tough shot good again for Patrick Kernan, the talented sophomore inside. 2-0 Shawnee.
Linden's going to look to set up their offense, and they're going to look to get on the board now. They want to get the momentum going right off the gates.
Shawnee has already taken care of that one. As Shawnee, you got to love their 6-man. We saw them before the game, Terry. Both these teams always have a very good following, and I think that's a big part of the matchup tonight is the crowd. It's going to back up both of these teams again tonight. Right now, the Renegades again, as Linden continues its man-to-man coverage. Back out again to Hyde. Again, back to the hands again of Patrick Kernan. Also playing in tonight's matchup for the second time in 3 years, the Ewing Blue Devils. And tough shot, I believe Devaney with his first 2. So Devaney, the leading scorer on the Shawnee basketball team, averages 16.8 a game. Again, I'm told by Coach Kessler that no one has committed yet or is even close to it. Step back pull-up is good again, and this is what you fear in the guard play of Mikey Watkins and many of the other guards at Linden.
And for Shawnee, they're going to look to continue to get their bigs involved. I think that can be a big advantage for them if they can get their big guys in the inside game going down low.
Again, Shawnee leads 4-2 with 2.5 minutes gone by. That 3 no good. A tough shot, I believe, by Robinson was no good. And now here come the Tigers. They're on the move here. Inside, scoring the basket of the foul. It's going to be Crawford again, 15 points a game. The talented senior, one of at least 7 or 8 seniors on this staff for head coach Phil Colicchio. And the first foul of the game called on the Shawnee Renegades. Khalif Crawford will go to the line looking for an and one here with, again, 3 minutes gone by. Here in the first quarter of play, tied again at 4. It's now 5-4, thanks to Crawford with his again, as mentioned, his first field goal.
And Shawnee, again, is going to try to slow things down. They don't want to get caught up in playing Linden's type of ball. They want to play their own type of ball to get going here early.
We know Linden is definitely a fast-paced type of team. They could beat you at their end. They're mostly a run-and-gun type of team, but when they get out fast. And as you can see right here, they're attacking well, forcing that turnover right there. Here come the Tigers, one man to beat, but a double dribble, a mental error right there, Terry. Tavon Jones, you certainly expect the senior, or even though he's not a senior, you expect the leadership out of him. Can they afford these types of mistakes here?
No, and when they have opportunities, they have to score. They don't want to have any wasted opportunities because it could come down to a close game, and missed opportunities like that will be the difference.
Well, that was a good example of that. Again, Tavon Jones forced that steal. He just couldn't get it on the end because, again, he double dribbled. He just made what I think was the type of mistake that not even a 10-year-old can make. And Shawnee continues to go inside. And again, right there, that basket was good, I believe, I think that was Kernan, I believe, with that basket, if I'm correct. So that was, again, Kernan. And right there, Terry, Linden gets paid by a backdoor cut following a turnover.
And now a la Princeton, that's the type of offense we expect to see from them. And there's another miss by Linden.
Right now, Shawnee off to a very good start here as they're on top by one. That three high. It's good! And Shawnee leads. Shawnee now on top, 9-5. A good start again for the Renegades. If this team, again, as mentioned, were to go on and win the state championship, would possibly provide as one of the biggest upsets here in the group final play. Terry Collins, again, our co-host, basically calling it as he saw it, saying that Shawnee is going to get that big-time upset as, again, Jones trying to turn it up here. And the first sub of the game to Marcellus Livingston, the senior. And, again, this is the type of baskets you need Linden to have.
Right, and again, Linden's going to have to play their type of game, up and down, try to run Shawnee ragged. And as we see an outside shot there. But, yeah, now Shawnee on the other end, again, they're going to continue to get the bigs involved still as well.
Well, right now, both teams, I should say Shawnee continuing to fire threes. Livingston back to Jones. Jones, under 3 minutes again to go, finds Khalif Crawford. Crawford back again to, I believe that's Livingston. Out of bounds. It'll be Shawnee basketball. Another big-time turnover again. And we're going to have our second sub of the night. That's going to be Abraham Chroma, another talented senior guard. And, again, the Tigers, Terry, can really beat you 8 or 9 deep.
Right, and again, it's not even just about how deep they are, but how experienced they are is going to be a big bonus for them. You know, if these players have been in these situations before in the past few years, so it's nothing that they'll see today that they haven't seen, or any situation they'll be in that they haven't been in before. And there's a turnover by Shawnee, which they can't have.
Much needed turnover again because Linden again is turning up the defense here. And now here come the Tigers who can tie or take the lead on a three here. Beautiful Sunday afternoon again for It's All About Sports Broadcast Network. Jacob Schwartz and Terry Collins, who will have the play-by-play for the group finals. Another turnover again, as mentioned by the Linden Tigers. And Shawnee will try to capitalize again, as mentioned here. Shawnee coming in at 29-3, Linden coming in at 28-4. And Linden was one of the hottest teams in the country at one time. At one point, they had I believe a 13-game win streak, as Shawnee continues with a backdoor cut. And Devaney inside for 4, ties himself up with Patrick Kernan with 4 points each.
And like I said, again, that was my thoughts from the beginning. Get the bigs involved. As you see, they're running offense like Princeton with the backdoor cuts. Linden has to defend that better.
That was a good example, absolutely, of that, as Shawnee, again, as mentioned, has taken a 4-point lead. Right now, they're beating Linden at their own game. Again, another big-time steal, one man to beat, but a great, at least, attempt by Crawford. It will stay Shawnee basketball. Lou Rodriguez now in, the talented junior, into the game, and somebody besides Tavon Jones is going to really have to step up here for head coach Phil Colicchio, as again, here come the Renegades. They look again and try to go inside. Again, this backdoor cut has hurt them, has hurt this Tiger team. Again, the basket good for Davon Robinson. Good touch pass, 3 touch passes right here, Terry. And again, the Renegades are beating the Tigers down low. That's 6 in a row, by the way.
Right, and Linden doesn't want to let this get away from them too fast, because a lot of times when teams get in a hole, they start to panic and the game gets away from them quick.
Well, you've seen this Shawnee basketball team as Linden gets a big offensive rebound. When they get out to a good start, I mean, how far along do you think this team can get?
Well, like I said, I think they can get far enough to do exactly as I said in the beginning, and that's pull off this upset. And right now they're playing with confidence, they're playing with composure, and they're really relaxed right now, and they're showing out there on the court.
Yeah, they seem very comfortable. Again, they feel like they've been here for a long time. Again, they've only been here for this is only their 8th attempt at a Group 4 championship. As again, the Tigers at the line here, there's Luis Rodriguez, one of the many leading scorers for Phil Colicchio's bunch, as Rodriguez hits not 1 but 2 here. And it's, again, it's a 13-9 score in favor of Shawnee out of Medford, New Jersey. Linden, the local school out of Linden, New Jersey, right off of the Garden State Parkway, separated right off of not too far from, I believe, Roselle, nationally ranked Roselle Catholic High School team, who was eliminated just a week or so ago by the Patrick School on Wednesday night. Offensive foul called again, and this time it'll go on Crawford.
And that was a good defensive situation there for Shawnee. It could have maybe went either way, but good position there.
And Crawford will have to come out again. He'll hear some words of wisdom from Colicchio as Tavon Jones will come back into the ballgame. The final seconds here in the first quarter of play. Don't forget, we'll have post-game interviews after the conclusion of this game, as they will have the interview room will be open to the media. What a day of basketball, again, as mentioned, we're going to have on this Sunday afternoon right here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. Coming up next, we'll have a team looking to make history for the first time in school history. The Woodbury Thundering Herd will take on Verona. The North versus South. That'll be a true testament as Shawnee just throws one up. And the first quarter comes to a close. And what a first quarter play by the Shawnee Renegades, shooting 45% or better, as they have Patrick Kernan and Dylan Devaney, the leading scorer, tied with 4 points again each. 13-9, Shawnee leads Linden.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
Oh, look, we've got fees.
Ew, really?
Oh, it's our Verizon bill.
Look at them. Line access fee, administrative fees. There are even taxes on top of them.
Decent people shouldn't have to live like this.
Did I get it?
T-Mobile ends surprise fees and taxes. That's right.
With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in. Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
Back here again at the Rutgers Athletic Center, known as the RAC, on the campus of Rutgers University. Jacob Schwartz, Terry Collins for the NJSIAA New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association Group Finals, as we have the first of 4 games here today. This would be the Group 4 Finals. The defending Linden Tigers trail the Shawnee Renegades 13-9, thanks to 4 points each by Patrick Kernan and leading scorer Dylan Devaney. Tavon Jones, who is leading the team and one of the top leading scorers in the state of New Jersey, as he misses again. His struggles continue. Jones so far 0 for 3 to start the game, as Khalif Crawford lead the way again with 3 points here. Again, the Renegades trying to do that backdoor cut. Heck leaves it open again. What a block from behind again, as Shawnee doing it on both ends, and then another bad deflection intercepted by the Renegades.
Again, Shawnee is playing to the momentum of the crowd. They're playing their game, and again, they look relaxed and comfortable here.
Devaney on the other end, shot won't go, and the rebound again secured. The Tigers again are looking to push here, coast to coast. That would have counted for Mikey Watkins, again, who's the 3rd leading scorer on Linden's team. And for Mikey Watkins, this is an opportunity again to kind of quiet down this Renegade crowd, because like you said, Terry, this Renegade crowd is completely with Shawnee.
Right, as we see their student section there, a lot of kids over there, they're excited about being here. And like I said, I don't think Shawnee or their fans showed up just to be happy to be here. They're going to look to win this game today.
First basket of the game, good for Mikey Watkins. It's actually Mikey Watkins' 3rd point, ties himself up with Crawford. And Watkins again, who can bring you speed, can play stifling type of defense, but can also shoot from the outside, as he goes 2 for 2. Watkins now with 4. And it's been a big impact for a guy like Colicchio, as again, the Tigers can really beat you offensively, and they can also beat you on the defensive front. And you know the Tigers are trapping here, yet the Renegades have been fortunate enough to break this trap, as they'll bring the ball up again, and it will go to the hands, it looks like, of Patrick Kernan. Kernan is in trouble. Linden looking for a 5-second violation. Jones almost got it, but again, the Renegades, this is what we're talking about here with Linden's defense.
And again, Shawnee's not going to want to give Linden any type of momentum. So far, they've played a good game. But if Linden does get the lead and gets that momentum going, they're going to be tough to beat. Renegades
looking to get this cross-court pass. Big-time 3 by the big man, Devaney. Devaney comes into this game again, averaging 16.8 a game. He's got 7. 7 for him, 16-11. Shawnee again is on top. What a shot by Devaney. Here's Watkins again with it. Tigers looking to get something here. The struggles again continue, as that 3-pointer is going to fall short again by Abraham Croma. And what has become of this legendary Central Jersey program here, Terry?
Well, again, like I said, when you battle and play a team that plays a little different from you, it's easy to get caught up in their game. And Shawnee's been able to slow this game down, hit some big shots, and get some good looks inside.
Well, the team basketball has certainly been very successful again, as mentioned. That shot again will not fall.
Linden foul, 12, Croma. First personal foul, second team foul. Linden substitutions, number 1, Crawford, number 5, Watkins. Back in for Shawnee, number 24, Hines.
So once again, here are the Shawnee Renegades here, as again the Linden Tigers continue to struggle, shooting 41, if not worse, here in this first half of play. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter of the NJSIAA Group Finals. Another easy 2 again for Dean Knoll, who's the second leading scorer. Knoll with his first 2, 18-11. Shawnee again has built this lead. That lead again has continued. Here's Tavon Jones with it. Back of the hands again of Joey Crepa. From the corner, 3, no, and again, Linden just unable to deliver here. Jones down the stretch. What a move again by Jones. Terry, that's the type of basketball we expect to see out of a guy like Jones.
Right, and somebody from Linden's going to have to give this team a spark and get this thing going, and that's the type of play that you need to get your team headed in the right direction. So if he can finish this three-point basket, that may be a turnaround point. We'll see.
Well, even if he doesn't make the three-point basket, again, I think that might have just been the spark plug, as you said, that Linden might need to get things going here, because again, Linden really has been unable to buy a bucket both inside and outside as Jones finally gets his first basket of the night. There's a very good chance that by the end of the day, Rutgers is likely going to offer him. Rutgers has yet to do so, but Seton Hall has. And again, backdoor cuts continue for the Renegades. As that basket, I believe, was good for number 14, I think. That's who that was. I think that was number 14. Yes, it was. Cade Futner, a talented junior guard. Tigers again trying to answer here. Again, we're approaching the halfway point. This has been a very fast first half of play by both teams as Jones gets it back and scores. And Tavon Jones now with 5 in a row and now heating up here in this second quarter.
That was a good offensive rebound, and that's the type of hustle they're going to need.
But can the Tigers again make the stop on Shawnee? As Shawnee with 8 straight backdoor type cuts, and that was a perfect interception again. Well played by Luis Rodriguez. Jones, cross-court pass to Crepa. Look at the way the Tigers move the ball. They do it with such grace and gusto. Is that 3 good for Michael Watkins? This is the Linden Tiger team that won 15 straight games at one time, and we're 13th ranked in the country with 3:50 to go. Time on the floor. Shawnee leads Linden, but Linden is on the move. Oh, we're still on. So with 3:50 left to go, Terry, your thoughts so far on this game? And I have to honestly say, Linden just finally started getting going, but are they going to continue? Can they continue to keep up this momentum, or is Shawnee maybe have another few tricks up their sleeve? Because this is actually a very good timeout by Coach Joe Kessler.
Right, and Shawnee's still in a good place right now. I mean, not a lot of people expected them to be able to compete with Linden. Not a lot of people probably expecting them to be in this game still. But again, they played their type of game. But as we see, Linden's starting to creep back in it. And again, we hear the crowd getting behind them now. They don't want to allow Linden to start speeding up the pace of this game and getting some quick baskets and turnovers as we've seen before the timeout. Linden
has always played a very tough schedule. Teams like Roselle Catholic, they play in the top in the country, the Union County. As again, they're not playing like the same team that we usually see in the Union County as Kernan gets his Kernan gets his 6-point. Again, it's Dylan Devaney leading the way with 7. Now Tavon Jones with 5, but Mikey Watkins still leads the way with 7. Back out again. The Tigers looking to get something going here. Tough shot, good for Michael Watkins. As Watkins now with 9 points. And now Linden's again still is within 1 here with 3 minutes again remaining here in the first half of play in the Group 4 finals as Shawnee Renegades battling the defending Group 4 champions. Oh, a late whistle again. I'm not sure about that one, Terry.
I agree with you. I thought that was a clean steal. Again, we're up here. The referee's a lot closer, and he saw it a different way. It could have went either way, but I thought it was a good steal.
People may not like the call, but it is going to be a foul on the Linden Tigers. Only 3 fouls again here in the first, so both teams again are still far away from the 1-on-1 situation. Again, we're under 3 minutes again remaining here in the first half of play. In the Group 4 finals, the defending champions of Group 4, the Linden Tigers, trying to make it 6 Group 4 championships. It would be 4 out of their last 5 in team history. Colicchio certainly knows a thing or two about winning. Again, in 20 years of coaching, has produced as much talent, I think, as anybody with the exception of the great Bob Hurley. And now it kind of seems like the, I guess you could say the Hudson County champion Hudson Catholic team with a guy like Nick Marinello, who has also produced national type of talent. As again, the Tigers have retaken the lead. That was a big-time basket again. Now the Tigers has the basket again. Good, as mentioned, by Livingston, 4 points. Have the Tigers regained the momentum here, Terry?
And again, like I said, they can't afford Linden to get the momentum. They can't afford to allow Linden to start playing a fast-paced game. They've got to continue to slow it down as they have in the first quarter and a half here.
It's definitely become that way. And now the play getting a little, or I should say again, a little tension going on between Tavon Robinson and I believe that was Marcellus Livingston. We know the Linden Tigers love to play Linden-style basketball.
13 Jones, his first 14 foul.
14 foul called with 1:45 again remaining. Linden again leads by 1. It's 23-22.
Correction on the Linden foul. Linden foul charge number 3, Livingston. His first personal, still
Yeah, the PA announcer making a mistake, but from where we were sitting, we know Marcellus Livingston again got a little into it, a little bit of a scuffle again with Robinson. So here come the Renegades, trying to go backdoor. Do they go back to Robinson? No, they don't. That one almost intercepted again, and Kernan gets it back into the hands. I believe that's Devaney. Actually, that's not Devaney. That was number 24, Sean Hyde. Devaney again is on the right wing. Knoll into Robinson. Robinson back again into Knoll with under 30 seconds again remaining. Shawnee again trailing by 1. Here's Devaney, doubled up again. That leaves an opening. That three, good again. A monster three for Knoll. And again, the Renegades retake the lead after a short deficit again. And what a shot by Knoll.
Right, and I think Linden has made the defensive adjustments and stopped the backdoor cut. So you may see the three-point line open up a little more for Shawnee. So they're going to have to knock those shots down.
Livingston high in the air. Krepa's able to get it back out. The Tigers really in no particular hurry as Tavon Jones. He's going to ISO himself. He's got the lane and he scores easily. Tavon Jones, no defensive pressure whatsoever on that one, Terry. Jones just easily able to go inside. Where's the defense? Where's the help?
Right, and Shawnee's going to have to play better defense in the second half because if Linden continues to get easy baskets like that, Shawnee's going to have a problem.
They were fortunate enough almost not to throw that one away as they keep it again. 20 seconds remaining. Kessler easily putting up one finger. He's going for the last shot here. And right now, Jones almost calling, I guess you could say Knoll for the 5-second count. Robinson again, another backdoor cut. Knoll, no basket, offensive foul. But again, this is what the Renegades are capable of doing as they have beat the Tigers at the punch. They should be very fortunate, the Tigers that is, that the Renegades called for that offensive charge.
Right, and as we see, like I spoke about a possession ago, that Linden has adjusted to those backdoor cuts and not only just taking them away, but they're able to draw the offensive foul.
Jones was trying to, I should say, the Renegades were trying to foul here. This will count at the buzzer if it goes. Actually, no, it wasn't going to count, but again, Jones was poked away from behind. We are all tied up at 25 apiece as Mikey Watkins leads the Tigers with 9 as the defending champions having a little trouble here in this first half of play. Tyler Devaney with 7 points. It's time again at halftime on another edition of It's All About Sports Broadcasting Network in the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association Group Finals.
Oh, look, we've got fees.
Ew, really?
Oh, it's our Verizon bill.
Look at them. Line access fee, administrative fees. There are even taxes on top of them.
Decent people shouldn't have to live like this.
Did I get it?
T-Mobile ends surprise fees and taxes. That's right. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in. Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
Back here again, the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association, better known as the NJSIAA, Jacob Schwartz and Terry Collins, right here at the Rucker Athletic Center, better known as the RAC, on the campus of Rutgers University. And Shawnee and Linden battling in the Group 4 championship, a 25-all score here in the first half of play. Tavon Jones, who one of the league scorers in the state of New Jersey as well as in the Union County with just 7 points. So it's been the Mikey Watkins show in the first half with 9. And Dylan Devaney, the leading scorer on Shawnee with 16 a game. And one thing I got to say, Terry, is I admire what this Shawnee team has done, and this team definitely came to win here today.
Right, and again, they've rode the momentum for the most part of this first half, and Linden has to be happy that this game is actually only tied and they're not down a couple points, because for the most part of the first half, Shawnee has been in the driver's seat. So
I absolutely have to agree with you. I really have to give this first half to Shawnee, because Shawnee has done it on both ends. Backdoor type of cuts, they've shot well outside, and they've stepped up in their on their defensive end. They've really played stifling type of defense. I mean, they have played the best type of defense around. Shawnee, which is mostly a football school, has also built its success on basketball. You got to think about some of the greatest athletes that have ever actually come out of Shawnee. I wish I could actually name a few, but unfortunately it's kind of tipping off the top of my head. I can't really figure that one out. As again, there you go, the backdoor type of cut, and Devaney unable to deliver. Here come the Tigers on the run here. It's Joey Crepa with it. Crepa back to Watkins. Watkins tries to get that screen. Now they go back to Crepa. Colicchio's going to kind of slow it down here a little as Crepa finds Jones. Jones gets the screen. Jones back into the hands again of Crawford. Back to Crepa. Crepa back out again. Does he find Jones? No. He finds, I believe that's Watkins. Watkins back to Crepa. And I like the way the Tigers are just moving and spreading the floor here. It looks like he's going with his circle, with his finger. Colicchio trying to spread the floor here. This is smart. This is the type of basketball Colicchio is used to doing as Jones tries to ISO. No. Big opportunity again for the rebound. Finally gets the and one from Rogers. Rogers, Terry, had an opportunity for a putback. Instead, he'll just do it with the old-fashioned layup.
Right, and this is what Linden wants to do, is jump out fast on Shawnee, because the first half it went the other way. But Linden's going to have to, again, I believe, play their pace of game, not allow Shawnee to slow it down.
And That foul, by the way, called on Shawnee, their first team foul here in the second half of play as Kyrie Rogers. Rogers with his first 3 points. Coming up next, we'll have Verona and Woodbury. Verona is the North Group 1 champions, as they will take on the South Jersey Group 2 champions, Woodbury Thundering Herd. I'm told that Kyle Bailey, while we were off during the break, we were told that Kyle Bailey is on the senior class trip. While I don't know where it is, but I do know he will not be here again today. And Terry, that's a big blow again for Coach Barringer.
Right. I mean, anytime you're missing any of your pieces is not a good thing. Not saying they can't win without him, but he is a starting guard, and he will not be playing today. And a game like this, you want to have all your pieces there.
Yeah, you really want to have that other type of body, like you said. Speaking of bodies, how about the play of Tavon Robinson? He's averaging, again, 10 points a game, and he's got 3 so far. But, again, this is just what you mentioned, Terry. Pieces certainly count, as Robinson has been a big part of that, and he's done his job, again, as mentioned, really on the passing end today. A lanky 6'4" type player who, again, has really fit in well with Joe Kessler and his South Jersey program. Again, here's Jones off the miss. Jones can't get it to go, but look at Tavon Jones fighting his way back. Shot again won't go, and a loose ball foul. It's going the other way. It's going on the Tigers, and Colicchio right out of his chair like a rocket ship. Can't believe it.
Linden foul 13, Jones, his first personal foul, second team foul.
So 2 quick fouls. Now, Terry, the foul watch is on the New Jersey's one of the top scorers in New Jersey. 2 fouls for Tavon Jones, and is that a course of concern, really, for this Linden team?
Well, I think he's going to continue to play aggressive, but he's also going to play smart here, as we see a good block by Linden.
Yes, we actually forgot to mention, Terry, the Renegades, again, continuing to go backdoor again. That was an impressive block. And like you said, in the first half, after a slow start, Linden has really readjusted their defense. And now missed layups continue here. Back-to-back misses here by Shawnee. Again, a desperate 3 is no good again, and that was not the best of shots by Hyde. Out of bounds, it will stay Shawnee ball. I like the way that Shawnee is battling here, and they're hearing it certainly from this crowd that has driven up all the way from Medford, New Jersey. But again, Shawnee, as Linden, like you said, has readjusted, has now missed his last 4 shots. There's a travel right there. Another big-time turnover as now the struggles continue. Like you said, Terry, you've got to finish strong here, and I think Linden's doing just that.
Right, and every possession in this game is going to count the rest of the way. They've got to forget about what they did well in the first half, because they have to continue to do the same things and more in the second half.
Well, there will be no blowouts again, as mentioned. This is going to come down to the wire. It's anybody's basketball game, and I feel like like in a game of chess, the right team to scratch is the team that's going to lose this game. Backdoor cut inside again, and right there, Crawford made the Renegades scratch. 5 for Crawford. There's a good example again of this backdoor cut. But again, where's the help for Shawnee? There's not one person down low.
Right, and now we're seeing the tables turn as we see it turn.
Yes, another turnover once again, but let's continue this.
Right, but again, Shawnee can't afford to let this game get out of control. As we see, Linden has their biggest lead with 4, and if they can build here, I think Shawnee's going to have to maybe get a timeout to regroup here early in the second half.
Again, Linden led by Tavon Jones, and with Rutgers head coach Steve Peichel and staff are on hand here today, as now the Tigers have got it going on. I believe that's Michael Watkins with 12 points. And I'll tell you what, with Tavon Jones off to a slow start, what a pickup again with Michael Watkins. What a job he's done again here in this one.
And this is what Shawnee's got to be afraid of. Again, allowing this Linden team to start exploding, allowing the crowd to get into it, and allowing them to jump out to a big lead.
That's absolutely worked in their favor right now, because, again, you're seeing the largest lead. You're seeing a 5-0 run. As again, the 3rd foul committed on Linden, and a nice hand by the crowd as Kyrie Rogers comes into the game and takes his seat here and gets a nice hand from the crowd. And Devaney with that 3 is no good. And now 4 missed shots And now the tables, Terry, have certainly turned. The Tigers on the run here from the top of the key. Got it again from Crawford. He's got 8. Joe Kessler has seen enough. And like we said, Terry, in the first quarter of play, the Shawnee Renegades pretty much got everything their way. That has changed. 4 misses. Linden leads 36-26. Your thoughts so far?
Well, like I said, early on, Shawnee was playing their style of game. Now I think they're starting to get a little nervous. We see they're jacking up some three-point shots, not even necessarily good looks. And when they're not hitting and you don't get back and play defense, as we've seen, they allowed Linden to get a good open look at a three-point shot, and now Linden's knocking down the shots. As we see now, they're up by 10. So
Linden is a lot, in my opinion, like the the new Big East champions, the Villanova Wildcats. And as you all know, Villanova is a guard type of play. Jay Wright always finds ways to bring in good type of guards. Now, he can put 4 guards on the same floor, and that's what Linden has whenever they take the floor, because they're almost like a guard-oriented type of play. I mean, when you talk about names like Joey Crepa and Marcellus Livingston and even Tavon Jones can be like a 3 type of player, because this team can knock down threes. And right now, Linden is doing just that, as again, they lead by 10. It's their largest lead of the night. Again, Shawnee was able to get the backdoor cuts. Not only has that failed miserably, but they've missed their last 4 shots. They've also turned the ball over. Again, right there. Another bad turnover, another missed layup, and now 6 straight possessions. In fact, Shawnee has gone on a drought for at least the last, I want to say, between 7 to about 8.5 minutes here in this third quarter, and Linden has capitalized again, as mentioned, here in this third quarter. And they go back onto the ground again with Khalif Crawford back out again, and this 3 is dangerous or desperation type shot by Livingston. And Livingston, I don't think, should have taken that shot, because again, you got to slow it down here, maybe try to get a good shot. His feet again, word set. Here comes Shawnee again with another opportunity. 8.5 to 9 minutes without a basket here by Shawnee. Again, the struggles continuing as Robinson comes away with the rebound. Back to Devaney, back again to Robinson. Robinson back again to Knoll. Knoll guarded well and pressured well, as again, Shawnee just trying to get the right shot, almost intercepted again. And again, the backdoor cut. This is again what Shawnee is continuing to do, is go down low and see if they can get these layups. That has not worked out, though.
Well, again, like I said, there's tale of 2 halves here. We've seen in the first half where Shawnee was able to play their pace. Now we see Linden playing more of their pace.
We know about the readjustments. We admire the readjustments that Linden has. And a monster 3 again. And for the first time in 9 minutes and 20 seconds, Dylan Devaney has ended the streak. 10 for Devaney. This big man is no joke here. He may look like he's 6'5", but this guy's got some range.
Right, and that's a plus when you have a big man who can rebound, play low post, and hit outside shots. And that's a good offensive rebound, but missed by Linden.
Here come the Tigers again.
The game's over, bring the mic and come out of the
Want to remind everybody again that following the conclusion of today's game and all games here today at the Rutgers Athletic Center, we will have post-game reaction from both teams, the Shawnee Renegades and the Linden Tigers, the defending Group 4 champions, who are trying to make it 4 out of their last 5 and 6 Group 4 titles. And Tavon Jones now with 9 points. He's got it going on again with Steve Peichel, Rutgers coach. And among schools that are interested in the Linden native, well, I think Jones is certainly showing why he is worthy of possibly playing at the RAC for the next 4 years.
Right, and he's starting to put this team in the driver's seat here. As you can feel the momentum totally shifting Linden's way. Shawnee's going to have to get some stops and some quick baskets and turn this thing around real fast.
If I had told you that Tavon Jones was getting recruited by Rutgers, would you have known that off the bat?
No, not at all.
Speechless. I thought you know this stuff, Terry.
Not at all.
I'm amazed. With the wealth of basketball knowledge that you have, my friend, I would have thought you would have known about the recruiting. Now, I've known about Tavon Jones for a long time, watching him play on both the AAU circuit and on the team-type circuit, as, again, Devaney with 12 points. We see him a lot during AAU season, and right now, Shawnee, again, that backdoor cuts, Terry, are continuing to work here, but now Shawnee has got to step up on defenses. Again, the Tigers in rhythm. That's in rhythm again! It's Crawford from downtown. He's the second player in double figures. Terry, the shots have fallen for the Tigers.
And I was going to say, that's the difference in this half right now. Linden has totally stepped up their game beyond the three-point arc. They're hitting on all cylinders, and that's why we see a 10-point lead now.
Well, they couldn't do it in the first half of play, and Shawnee was able to. Not just on the three, but again, they were able to do it on the backdoor end. And again, forcing one up and somehow getting that one to go is Knoll. What a job by Dino. What a tough shot on his end with 7. Knoll just forcing one up, and I think he was fouled on that one. As Linden on top, 41-33. Final 20 seconds again, as mentioned, remaining here in the third quarter. Crawford, who's the second leading scorer here at the Rucker Athletic Center. I got it. Jones. No. And that will do it. And we're through 3 quarters of play. Linden, with its largest lead at one time at 10, has been shrunk to 8. They're on top and are 8 minutes away from yet another group championship at the Rucker Athletic Center here at Rucker University.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
Look, we've got fees.
Ew, really?
Oh, it's our Verizon bill.
Look at them. Line access fee, administrative fees. There are even taxes on top of them.
Decent people shouldn't have to live like this.
Did I get it?
T-Mobile ends surprise fees and taxes. That's right. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in. Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Eight more minutes left to play in Group 4 finals of NJSIAA basketball. Jacob Schwartz and Terry Collins joining us here at the RAC, known as the Rucker Athletic Center, the campus of Rucker University in Piscataway, New Jersey. Linden could very well be 8 minutes away from another Group 4 championship. 4 out of the last 5. And again, if we were to ever have a guest like Phil Kalicki on our show, we think about the resume that man, again, has had. Over 20 years of coaching some of the most violent and talented New Jersey basketball players ever to grace the New Jersey area. This is a guy that he doesn't even have to have the best type of players. He's not a Bob Hurley type of guy where Hurley has produced 9 players. You think of a guy like Steve Smith of Oak Hill Academy, who's had over 35 NBA players, including, of course, Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant. Phil Colicchio is a guy who doesn't even have to have, but he can bring in talent, and he's done just that. Tavon Jones, again, is his new gun, as we have a whistle and foul called on the Medford program, Shawnee High School. Looking to score the big upset here. And Terry, your prediction, it's going to have to take a little bit more than a run to keep this prediction of yours alive, because I had actually predicted, you never heard mine, but all along I had actually been taking Linden. I just felt that Linden was a little bit more composed. This is a team that put up a very good fight at the Union County Finals against one of the top high school programs in the country, their rival school, the Patrick School. And if they can go toe-to-toe with a team that has 61 players, I think they match up very well with a team like Shawnee and maybe have a little bit more firepower, as they say. Robinson throws one up, and he's got 5. Terry, big-time shot to start the fourth quarter.
Right, and that's a good look down low. They're going to have to play scrappy. They're going to have to play gritty. They're going to have to fight. They're going to have to jump on the floor for every loose ball. And they're going to have to do all those X-factor things to be able to win this game.
And we have a timeout at the moment, but again, Shawnee has cut this lead down to 6. It's 41-35, as the winner will not only be crowned state champion, but we'll move on, as this coming week we will start with our Tournament of Champions. Coming up next, we will have the Group 1 championship for Rhoda and Woodbury, the defending North 1 champions, North Jersey that is, taking on the new South Jersey, and I know you like the sound of that, Terry, the new South Jersey Group 1 champion, Woodbury Thundering Herd, who have had a historic season, led by Jazir Noel, who is one of the top players, like Tavon Jones, in the New Jersey, in the state of New Jersey, among the heavy hitters in the class of 2017, who plays, of course, played for Tim Legler, ESPN's analyst at the South Jersey Jazz. Him and Aaron Estrada are almost like the 1-2 type of punch. We like to think of them as the partners in crime. They'll take on a tough North Jersey Verona team, and then following which, after we take a little break, we'll get set to go for our evening session, which will feature the Camden Panthers, who are back in the state finals for the 6th year in a row, looking to win their first under head coach John Valor. They'll take on Westside, who came back last year, a 15-point deficit, and lucked out of the state finals. And then Ewing's back in the finals in Group 3. They'll take on a tough Teaneck, the defending Group 3 champion. So, Terry, what a lineup we have here today at the Rucker Athletic Center. I know I'm pretty excited about that myself. Right now, Shawnee trying to keep their wits with Linden. As again, Linden, as you said, has certainly gotten some big-time defensive stops. Long three-pointer, and that not even in range. Again, Linden was pressured. They should be fortunate right there with that ball going out of bounds and going their way.
And that's an ill-advised shot that Shawnee cannot have. They have to make use out of all their possessions here in this last 6:03.
Well, that, yes, absolutely. Again, today's festivities are presented, I'm told, by ShopRite. ShopRite providing the official program books as the 2-point basket is good for Noel. Noel, again, the second leading scorer with 9. He's been in rhythm here today.
Right, and he's going to have to continue to be in rhythm and hit those shots. He's played with a lot of confidence today, which is part of the reason they're in this game.
Noel following the miss, and the rebound again by Davon Robinson. We'll hopefully have head coach Phil Colicchio in the media room following the conclusion of today's game. We've already had, as mentioned, Coach Bob Hurley weeks ago in the thrilling win over Camden with R.J. Cole hitting the 2. Just a few days ago, It's All About Sports was on site with St. Anthony and Hudson Catholic and Don Bosco Prep and Bergen Catholic. Well, I was on site, I guess you could say, here as representing It's All About Sports. And St. Anthony is no more. Bergen Catholic is no more. And it's hard to believe that Don Bosco is still alive. They won the state championship. They'll compete for a TOC, and they could be one of the most talked about teams in TOC. Linden is hoping to join them. Linden, by the way, won the state championship last year and finished behind St. Anthony in the finals of the TOC. They're looking to get back for the second consecutive year. Big offensive miss and a big rebound again. The Tigers here can just really take some time off here.
Right, and just under 5 minutes here. Again, we're going to have to see what team wants it more. What team takes the better shots, what team plays smarter and has less turnovers.
Well, I like what I'm seeing so far here. That was a good take again by Jones. A perfect screen again. And like you were saying, Terry, Shawnee took some very ill-advised type of shots. Tavon Jones, far from it. Jones, again, at 6'6", can pretty much do it all. He can shoot the floor, he can shoot, run the floor, and plays really stifling type of defense. He's to the line here for 2 shots, and he hits the first. And Jones now with 10 points, and he's one of 3 Tigers here in double figures. Substitutions again, as mentioned, for both teams coming into the game. Kyrie Rogers is back in, replaces Marcellus Livingston. All right, here is Tavon Jones back to the line, and he hits. 11 for Tavon Jones. Will hopefully be joined by Tavon Jones or possibly Michael Watkins at the conclusion of today's game. At which point we will then proceed up the stairs back to the press row, where we will go into full game coverage as Woodbury is looking to make history here today, as they will look to win their first ever Group 1 championship in NJSIAA history, and they'll take on Verona, which certainly is always hungry for another state title. Tavon Jones again in trouble, finds Krepa, and again, the way the Tigers are able to set the ball up and just move the ball around. This is smart basketball. Again, as mentioned, almost an ill-advised type shot. And again, they slow it down here. Terry, very smart basketball by Linden.
Right, and they have Shawnee right where they want them. They have a 6-point lead, control of the ball, and there's a runner off the glass right there.
Tavon Jones do it again. That's 4 in a row for him. He's got 13. It's 45-37. Linden again on top. We're at the halfway point again of the It's All About Sports' coverage of the NJSIAA State Group Finals. Jacob Schwartz and Terry Collins here at the RAC at Rutgers University, better known as the Rucker Athletic Center, home of the Big Ten Rutgers Scarlet Knights, home to the 2-year head coach, my good buddy Steve Peichel, who has certainly established himself. Rutgers season falling a little bit short, but we're able to get a much-needed win against Ohio, knocking out Ohio State in the Big Ten Conference, but I believe they were eliminated against Northwestern. Steve Peichel made a name for himself really up the turnpike in New York when he was the head coach over at Stony Brook, and has established himself again, as mentioned, well here in the New Jersey area. Force-up shot by Crawford, and now Crawford with 13. Crawford, Jones, and Watkins each in double figures. Has that really been the reason why Linden has prevailed here in this second half?
Well, again, Linden's played better defense. They've taken better shots. They've played a lot smarter, and they've been able to run their pace and style of ball here. As you see, another steal.
Again, the defense has continued to prevail. Perfect pump fake and shot. Good for Watkins. He's got 14. Watkins and Crawford just battling on both ends to see who can score the most points here. Linden could be on the verge with 2.5 minutes to go to claim back-to-back Group 4 championships here at the RAC. Out of bounds, and it will be Tiger basketball. 20 years as head coach for a guy like Phil Colicchio. And today, he could win his 4th state title in the last 5 years. Jones now also adding in. He's got 15. This crowd of Linden coming to life again. 2:09 to go. Linden's got its largest lead of the night as they lead 51-37.
Hello? It's a timeout, but I didn't turn it off. It's only a timeout. I thought we were turning it off on timeouts.
What? Okay. So with 2:09 again remaining, and it looks like we are staying on the air here. We've taken all of our commercial breaks. We're not going anywhere until this one ends. Terry, I know you mentioned that we have really enjoyed this second half basketball by the Linden Tigers, defense, offense, and big-time type of shots. Is this Linden team for real?
Well, they've totally blown this game open now. 14 points, their biggest lead, and I think now this is probably going to be too much for Shawnee to overcome in this last 2:09. Like I said a couple minutes ago, they have to play smarter, take better shots, and they have failed to do that in this last couple minutes. And again, as we see, Linden's on top, and I think they'll stay and win this game.
That 9.5, I guess, minute drought of no field goals by Shawnee really hurt them down the stretch, and then Linden was really able to capitalize. Although they did miss a few shots down the stretch, they have been able to capitalize, and foul called as Colicchio not happy with the call. And I don't think he's happy with his player either. That would be Livingston. Livingston called for his second personal, and Linden finally in the penalty. That's actually the only thing right now Shawnee's got them beaten is least amount of fouls here in the second half of play. Is going to the line here. 2 shots coming up for Pat Curtin, the talented sophomore. And again, the struggles continue here for Shawnee.
Yes, and like I said, minute 55 here. It's going to be hard to imagine Shawnee now can overcome this lead. I think Linden will pretty much play keep away and run this last minute 55 out.
Well, Curtin finally does go 1 of 2 with 7 points. Following the conclusion of this game, we will head down to the media room and we will have post-game coverage and try to get as many interviews as possible before we get set for the Group 1 championship as Marcellus Livingston with 6, Jazir Noah and the Woodbury Thundering Herd will try to lead the South Jersey Group 1 champions to its first ever group championship in NJSIAA play as they'll take on a tough and talented Verona program. That 3, good. Scored by Sean Hyde. That's his second 3. 6 points for him. Again, will stay put as Linden again leads 53-41 with 1:23 again remaining. It's been certainly an exciting first game, again, as mentioned here today, and we still have 3 more exciting games again remaining as Tavon Jones has led the way with 15 points as one of 3 players in double figures. Keep in mind, Jones actually was scoreless for most of, if not the entire first half of play, and he's really come on again, as mentioned here in the second half with a 15-point outburst, I guess you could say. And also, the Tigers, again, have shot almost 55% or better here in the second half of play. We're approaching, again, a minute remaining here in regulation as the Linden Tigers look to be on the verge of giving Phil Colicchio yet another state title. Crawford now with his 15th point, ties himself up with Tavon Jones. That shot won't go. 35% or worse for Shawnee. Tigers, Crawford's got it, and that should just about do it. And Khalif Crawford with 17 points. Phil Colicchio can feel it here with under a minute remaining. He's about to be a 6-time Group 4 champion. As Linden's run, not only at a state title, is on, but possibly yet another TOC appearance is certainly at stake. Linden could be one of the toughest teams to stop as we get ready for yet the next state championship game. But congratulations to Phil Colicchio and the entire staff at Linden High School. Congratulations to the mayor of Linden, who, by the way, we know all too well, in fact, from our old radio show days that we had at the Linden's Buffalo Wild Wings bar for a show that we can't really talk about anymore, but we're definitely proud of him. He was a guest of ours on the Monday Night Football show that It's All About Sports produced many moons ago. But Linden fans, again, as mentioned, as the Tigers don't need to take a shot here, as I think it's a try-player of the game, as Tavon Jones, Khalif Crawford, and Mikey Watkins were all in double figures tonight. As look at Phil Colicchio again rejoicing with his assistants here And the Linden Tigers are going to do it yet again. Not only another North New Jersey championship, but now 6 Group 4 titles, 4 titles in the last 5 years. And the Linden Tigers are the Group 4 champions once again for the second year in a row. Back-to-back Group 4 champions. They knock off Shawnee by a score of 57-41. Khalif Crawford leads the way with 17 points. It was among 3 players in double figures. And for head coach Phil Colicchio, this makes number 6 in the Group 4 type of play. And Shawnee's bid for a state championship falls just a little bit short, as they were led by Dylan Devaney with 12 points. We're going to go down again to the locker room, get set to go for our second matchup with Group 1 play. Verona and Woodbury looking to make history here at the Rucker Athletic Center. I'm Jacob Schwartz with Terry Collins for the NJSIAA Group Championships here at the RAC Rutgers Athletic Center. Congratulations to Linden. They're a state champion again, 57-41. Okay, I guess we're going down. What's that?
We don't need the mic.
We don't need the mic, okay.
They got everything. I think we got the house speakers on. Yeah, you have any costumes?
Ladies and gentlemen, this time I should direct your attention in court for the presentation of the runner-up certificates to the Shawnee Renegades. Making the presentation, the Executive Director of the NJSIAA. Quick reminder, there are no fans allowed on the court. At the conclusion of the game, again, no fans are allowed on the court at the conclusion of today's game. For all members of the media, oral interviews will be conducted in the Postgame Media Center. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask the Director of Chip to court for the presentation of the Group 4 State Championship Trophy to the Linden Tigers. All members of the media, Shawnee representatives are headed to the media center at this time. Again, all members of the media, Shawnee representatives are headed to the media center at this time. Once again, at this time, we ask that all
I'm turning it off now.
fans and players please clear the court.
I mean, it's very exciting to be here. We made it a long way, and it's just exciting.
Yeah, it's just cool to be here, but shame it didn't work out the way we wanted it to.
Just talk about, take me through that second half. The first half certainly just seemed like it was a great night of shooting. It's just what went wrong in the second half?
Broke down on defense. We weren't hitting the shots we were hitting in the first half. And just, it was our mental. It wasn't our physical game. It was our mental.
We gave up some key offensive rebounds, too, that we needed to get.
They're in this game almost every year. You guys haven't been here in a while. You guys weren't phased at all by the moment. What was it like taking the court, and how'd you guys maintain your composure and have such a good start to the game?
We always go in with the mindset that we're going to win any team on the court. We don't look over there. We just worry about ourselves, go out there, do our thing, and look up at the end and see what happens. Hopefully it's a win.
What will you guys take from today's game that's going to help you move forward and getting back to this position next year and possibly winning the state Group 4 title?
It's a great experience being in this atmosphere, being able to play in an arena like this. It's good to get in that atmosphere, and we'll be back.
It's definitely going to motivate us for next year. Everyone up here will be back next year, so we can use this as motivation.
Coach, we spoke before the game about how this is one of the youngest teams really here in the group finals, mostly 16 and 15-year-olds. How well do you think these kids transition that onto this court here today?
Well, I mean, even though they're young, they've played a lot of basketball, off season together with these guys, and they understand how to play the game. They're all juniors and sophomores right here, so they just go out, they work every day, they work hard in the off season, and they get better and better. In the beginning of the year, we knew we were going to be good. I didn't know if we were going to be able to get to this game. But as the season went on, I kept telling these guys, we have the talent to get there. Today we ran up against Linden, who's a great team. I thought we played a great first half. We gave up a bunch of foul shots and some layups in that first half. Other than that, we played real good half-court defense. In the second half, we didn't hit the shots that we hit normally or that we did in the first half. And then we had a couple breakdowns on defense, and all of a sudden, a good team like that goes on a run, and then it's hard to cry back. But, I'm so proud of these guys. The effort that they gave, they never quit. They just kept going. And unfortunately, we got beat by a very good team tonight.
Coach, you took Linden's punch in the third quarter, and then Linden seemed sort of out of sorts early in the fourth quarter. You cut it to 4.
Yep.
And Linden went a long period without even scoring a field goal. So, from that point on, how about?
Yeah, and you're right. And I think they went up 10, and then all of a sudden cut it to 41-37, and had a couple chances, and we had a couple bad possessions. But then again, on the other hand, on the other side, we had good stops. We just didn't execute well offensively in that time period, and then all of a sudden they got going again and put us in a hole.
After getting a taste of being in this game this year as underclassmen, any of you feel like anything short of being here again and winning it next year would be sort of a failure?
No doubt, yeah. Fully expect to win it next year.
We're going to work hard in the off-season to come back here. That's going to be our motivation every practice, every time we step on the court. So we're going to get back here next year if we keep that up.
Dean, Dylan, it's first off, I want to say it's great to see both of you again. I know we see each other a lot during AAU season, and I've watched both of you, I guess you could say, play on some of the most respected AAU programs, not only in South Jersey but in the country. When you think back to the beginning of the summer to the end of this year, would you say that this was certainly, with the exception of not winning the state title, would you definitely say this season was definitely a great accomplishment for you and your kid and the rest of the team?
I definitely say that. 4 juniors and a sophomore. We did really good this year.
We've all gotten better individually and as a team, and we've been working hard, and it's great.
And it's definitely not over again. You think the story, as they usually say in the commercials, the story's just begun, I guess?
Yeah. And that's it with these guys, They're very talented, but they might not be the most talented players out there on the court, but together as a team, they're very good. And I think that's what carried us this year. We had a bunch of games where we had, 4 or 5 different guys that led us in scoring throughout the year. We were in a lot of good games earlier in this, throughout the season. The win, the South Jersey finals, that was a great game by these, by us. And, I think, you never want to look at next year and never want to say next year's guaranteed. Next year's, nothing's guaranteed. I mean, these guys know that, hey, they've been here, they know what it takes to get here, so they need to keep working, to get better for for next year because every team in South Jersey is going to be gunning for us. Every team, if we get past that and get it to this level again, they're going to be gunning for us. So, you know, as I said all along, there's no such thing as next year. It's right now. But these guys, you know, throughout the season, throughout the playoffs, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to work with. They fight hard every day.
Coach, in the stretch in the third quarter, having been here before, could you see that Linden, it didn't seem like they were ever phased, and I mean, I know you guys have been through a lot, but first time here when the ball's not going in.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they took a lead on us. We fought back. They struggled a little bit. We couldn't take advantage at that time, and then all of a sudden they got back on sync, and you know, you could tell that their experience, I guess, if you want to say that, really kept their composure and kept them in, you know, kept them with the lead, and they were able to play through it.
Joe, looking ahead, how much does that lead you to believe that now you guys have that experience?
I agree. I think it does. You know, these guys know what it takes to get here now. They know what it takes to get beat. You know, the other Linden's a very, very, very good team, and they know that, you know, it's going to be tough to do it again, but hopefully the experience and the work and the stuff that they do in the off season and to get ready for the season next year, I'm just hoping that, you know, you guys will see us again.
I gotta ask, because you were doing this a lot, the Princeton back to a cut offense. It seemed to really work in that first half of play.
Well, what it does is, I mean, if you're not, we had a couple cuts and we got guys open, and they did a good job in the second half shutting that down.
Yeah.
They did, but I think it came down to a couple shots that didn't go in for us at times, and really defensively we broke down a couple times, and I don't know how many layups they had tonight, but I bet you they had probably 8 to 12, somewhere in that range. And, you know, you get you're getting layups, and that's a good thing. You're going to score some points, and that's what we've been able to do all year to teams. And you know, tonight it was a little tougher. Anybody else? All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks.
Sitting in the middle, right? You see the captain's in the middle? Yeah. Coach is sitting. Coach may have the middle seat. Yeah. I got that.
What did Yogi Berra say? This is deja vu? Happened all over again? Something like that? I don't know. Seems like I've been here before with these guys. Any questions?
The fact that you guys have been here before, how important is that after a first half where Shawnee, you know, gives you all you can handle and you go into the halftime time?
You know, I've been saying this. I think people are starting to come to expect that we're supposed to be up by 20 at the half and win games by 40. You know, Shawnee's a state champ. They're extremely well coached. They didn't do anything that didn't surprise us. They did a really good job defensively. We know that they guard the three-point line. They pack everything in. And I think that, you know, we weathered their storm early. And I just said to the kids in the locker room, I think we wore them out in the second half. And that's kind of what we try to do to teams. We try to wear them out.
So patient sense seems in the third quarter has maybe got to the legs a little bit. It seems like he settled you guys down and got you in your offense.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the second half, though. At halftime, rather, Mike, that we really had to start screening bodies. They weren't doing a great job of hedging and we were trying really to pick and pop, and then Tavon was able to get downhill. Mikey was able to get downhill and get to the basket, and it opened things up for us. Another thing that we noticed on film was they didn't do a really good job always keeping the court balanced. They left the backcourt open with 31 trying to get to the elbows and get shots. So one of the things that we really want to do is try and throw long passes, and I think that's what broke the game open for us.
4 out of 5, I believe, Group 4 titles, 6-time Group 4 champion. What does this mean to you and to the good people that live there?
We take every one for what it's worth. Joey Crump, I think this is his third. Tavon, this is his third or second? Second. All these guys up here have win multiple ones. Our town is so behind us, so supportive. Not only our town, our Board of Education. They give us everything. All we really have to do is show up, practice hard, and win, and be good people. And, these kids represent the best of the best in Linden, not only, in basketball, but their families and what we try to accomplish. Let's ask them some questions. Forget about me.
With Coach Peichel in attendance today, and I've been told that there's, Seton Hall, St. Joe's, are just among the schools that have offered you. You really took control after what was a little bit of a slow start in the first half. Do you think Coach Peichel is maybe ready to offer you after the performance you put on in that second half?
It would be nice, but like I said, it's not about offers or points or, what the crowd thinks. It's about winning the game, executing and following Coach's game plan.
Hey, Khalid, you're covering a kid who's 6'6" and probably weighing 250 pounds. And I think we're all wondering how your legs are. Third quarter, you hit a couple threes. Tell me about, how much of that is desire of those threes and how much it is that you guys are in such good shape that you can go 4 quarters, 5 quarters if you need to.
That's just my teammates finding me, me stepping into my shot, being ready to shoot, And I've been battling bigs all season, against St. Pat's, Roselle Catholic, so it's nothing new. I just get down there and battle, and I know my teammates always got my back, so.
I actually asked him at timeout, Mike, you want me to take you out? You tired? He looked at me, he said, are you crazy? I ain't coming out of the game. That's why I gave him a little bit of breather. This guy don't want to come out. He's a senior. He's a junior.
These are all the players. You guys have a bit of a scoring drought in the fourth and then punch right back. Well, how were you guys able to, shake off that and make sure the game didn't get away from you?
Yeah, Mikey, you're so talkative. Come on, Mikey. Step up.
I think playing our game and not going out of it is what made us win. Playing together, and I think getting Tay the ball was the best.
That's the most I heard this kid talk since September.
Joey, you're a senior, so you can say this, truthfully, no problem. Coach can't get you. Coach, obviously at halftime said we got to slow it down, guys. We got to slow the pace. That's how we're going to run the offense. Did you agree with that?
Absolutely, and big thing in our program is just buying in, and that's what makes us successful. And so when we buy in, we listen to Coach. That's when we're successful, and we know we trust in him, both Coach Colicchio and then Coach Luke, Coach Treya, everybody, and we follow the game plan and we listen to him, and that's how we're successful.
What did that approach do for you guys in the quarter?
Well, it was all scouting and going to what we saw, and we knew that we needed to screen. We weren't ball screening in the first half, and a big part of that was we were screening too high, and so we started screening their pack line, and that allowed us to get essentially Tay started hesitating, get free runs to the rim, and he's the best in the state at that. There's no stopping him when he gets
why
to
he's the
paint.
school valedictorian. Coach is always right. He's that smart.
The second half, it really kind of seemed like your shots started falling down. How'd you readjust after kind of a slow first half?
Just staying confident.
You had about 9 in the first half?
Staying confident and
Mikey, how many points do you have in the first half? 9.
When
He
the
had 9
ball
points in
came
the first
to me,
half.
Oh, well,
You must be talking about a different Mikey.
well,
Mikey had 9 points in the first half. That's like his average. Mike Henderson, there you go. He scored 1,000. He never won one of these.
It just did kind of seem like it was a readjustment, especially for you, Mikey, especially for you, Khalif, because actually, I should say Khalif, I think it was you actually who had the big second half. Just talk about your readjustment, I guess you could say. So I apologize, Mikey. I knew you had the big first half.
Were you watching the same game?
Apparently not.
Were you watching Rutgers game last night?
Tavon, you guys trailed a little bit in the first half. How important to have the experience of having been here on this floor, done all that, gone through all last season? How important was that for you guys to keep your poise?
It was good, but like I always tell you guys when you interview me, it's not just about me. Khalid being the senior that he is, Joey Kemper being the senior he is, Marcellus Livingston coming off, giving us excellent energy, Luis Rodriguez, Abraham Chroma. It's all a team effort, so it's never just solely on me. I'm never carrying this team night in and night out. It's all of us that's together.
They keep up winning that lane for you, though, man. You keep, going.
I feed off of them, they feed off of me. It's a mutual thing.
This is for everybody. You guys had a match at TSC, nothing new. What seed do you guys think you deserve? You guys have been one of the best teams this.
I don't know. You've been. If it's up to you, we'll probably do 6. I've been waiting to say that to you for about 2 months now. What more do you want us to do? We beat St. Pat's, who I'm sure you're going to put as number 1. So I guess Don Bosco has 1 loss. We've been ranked ahead of them all year. So let's give them the 2.
I was going to say that publics don't often get a top 2.
Listen, if we're not number 2, Jeremy, there should be an investigation.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay. I'm going to come out and say it. If we don't have a bye, there should be an investigation. We beat St. Pat's once. We beat Roosevelt Catholic twice. Who else did we beat? St. Mary's twice. So I think we belong number 2.
I'm going to support
Eastside
here and say he talked about that.
After a whole year, maybe.
Well, it took me a while.
Yeah. You have to twist his arm twice?
Joey, I believe it was you under the basket, got in a small scuffle, and right around that time, it seemed like you guys started to turn up and turn the tables. What was going on under the basket?
Just a little friendly competition. That's all. And so that's what Linden's all about. And I know that with everything, I got my teammates behind me. So that's Linden basketball. It's being aggressive. It's competing. And 5 is 1.
5 is 1.
You should see the picture in our locker room. It's great.
Anything else, guys? In fact, Linden, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yo, take a picture. Yo.
Oh, my gosh. I got to
my phone. Okay. No. You ain't answer no questions.
Wait, you should let Kai answer some questions.
Get in here, Andy. I can't tell you. All they're getting is your nose. Lord, you're going to do separate. Do a separate.
Ready? Keep doing it.
Yo, get the L's up. Get the L's up.
Get the 6s up.
Get the 6s up. Get the 6s up. That's 6. Now look at JR. JR gives us. Where is it? You got it?
Okay, JR.
Sure, Jay?
Jay, I'll send it to you.
Which ring you? Is that last year's ring?
Yeah. This one's going to be bigger and better. It's going to say Star Legend number 1. Even if we win the TOC, he'll rank a 2nd. Nazi Reed. Wait to say that.
Here we go. Nobody wants to take the hardware? Early, that's what we do. No, you can just stand right here. I got it.
Jacob Schwartz here again for another edition of the It's All About Sports, sporting the Rutgers microphone here at the Rucker Athletic Center press room, joined now by Tavon Jones, who is a multiple state champion here in the Group 4 play. Back-to-back state champs once again, and now I guess you could say now 6-time Group 4 champions. Tavon, congratulations, my friend. It's always good to see you.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about that second half type readjustment. What you feel like you needed to do? It just kind of seemed like that sort of a scuffle that Joey Crema kind of had. Kind of seemed like that sort of gave you kind of a kick in the butt, I guess you could say. It kind of got this team going in the second half.
Like I said in the press, it wasn't really a scuffle. It was a little altercation, nothing crazy. But Coach pulled me over in the first half and was telling me that I was playing too fast, slow down, calm down, play like the junior that you are. So that's what I did in the second half.
I've watched you play not only all season long, but really since you got into high school. And I've known you for many years, and you've gotten a lot of multiple type of offers, and there's a very good chance Rutgers by the end of the day could possibly offer you. What's the thought going through your mind as you get yourself set for TOC?
I have to stay focused. There's going to be a lot of college coaches probably involved with not just me, but all of us. I feel like they should. Mikey Walken should be involved. Khalif Crawford should be involved. Joey Krimper. Everybody in this team should be involved. But our goal is to stay focused and concentrate on to hit that task.
Khalif, I believe, led the way with 17 points. You had about 15 points. Then Mikey Watkins gets about 13. The three-headed monsters were at it again. Your thoughts really on what it means to be a multiple state champion?
It's good. The feeling is great. We're going to enjoy it. We have a TSC luncheon tomorrow, so we're going to enjoy that also. Maybe go down to Coach's Shore House and relax and get ready for next game.
Do what you got to do. Tavon, as always, we appreciate you stopping by. Good to see you, as always. Again, Tavon Jones on another edition of the It's All About Sports Broadcast Network. Linden is state champ again for the second year in a row in Group 4 play. Shut up, Tavon.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
Look, we've got fees.
Ew, really?
Oh, it's our Verizon bill.
Look at them. Line access fee, administrative fees. There are even taxes on top of them.
Decent people shouldn't have to live like this.
Did I get it?
T-Mobile ends surprise fees and taxes. That's right. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in. Learn more at a T-Mobile store.